I'm Joey,
I'm Jason.
and this is Metal
Monster
Reviews. It's been a while since we've had a review here, so if you're new to this, hey, thank you for stopping by at Metal and Monster Reviews. And if you're a frequent flyer here and you're a frequent subscriber, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Today, we're going to be discussing an album from 1980. It's been a long time since we've even done a review, let alone a metal album. So it's about time that we get into this. Today, we're going to be discussing the 1980 album, Judas Priest, British Steel. This is a classic album. And the thing about Priest is, though, they were one of the biggest metal band names of the 80s. And this was the album that laid a lot of foreground for their 80s work. This was their biggest selling album of all time, and it holds up today. A lot of killer stuff off this. Just look at Breaking the Law.
Yeah, that's one of their most, probably, you don't even listen to Judas Priest and you can hear Breaking the Law. You know who it is.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody knows that song. And a lot of killer stuff off this album too. I love Rapid Fire.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like The Rage.
Yeah, that's a good song as well. This was their biggest selling album of all time. And it kind of helped put metal into, laid a lot of foreground for a lot of 80s metal. And of course, on this show, that's what we discuss a lot.
Yeah, this album has so many bangers on it. I think there might be probably really one song that I really don't care for, but the rest of them, man.
Which one don't you care for? I wonder if it's the one that I don't care for.
It's probably Living After Midnight.
That's it for me. And that was a huge hit for them. But that's one that I could easily just skip over. I don't hate the song, but my God, I don't love it either. Because, I don't know, to me, it just doesn't fit with the album. That's one that I just don't get into.
Another good one, though, too, is You Don't Have to Be Old to Be Wise.
Hey, that's a killer song. That's a little underrated, too.
Honestly, that makes me want to shake my ass.
You know what I mean? And I've never heard it put quite such that way, so makes you want to shake your ass. You know what I mean? I'm going to put on British Steel and shake my ass. I don't hear that too often.
I tried to get my wife to twerk to it, but she wasn't down for it.
She's more of a Screaming for Vengeance fan,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is another awesome fucking album. But, I mean, what's great about Priest is, to me, look, they had a lot of killer stuff in the 80s. You know what I mean? You really can't go wrong with this band. And we've actually covered some stuff from them before. We did Painkiller long ago. But, I mean, another thing that I just love about this album, and what I'm going to show you here is this. I mean, I love this album cover. We were just talking about this a little bit ago. Look how iconic that is. I love that razor blade with him holding it up like that, and just with the Judas Priest logo on there.
And this album was only 36 minutes and 10 seconds long.
It really doesn't take you long to get through it. I mean, so if you're thinking, man, I don't have time, well, if you got a half hour, you can get through it. And that's the thing. And you told me a really cool little fact that I didn't even know about just a little bit ago about them. There's 3 albums that they've played live from start to finish for an anniversary tour. Now, I know they did this one, but what were the other 2 that you mentioned?
Rockarola and Defenders of the Faith.
And that's pretty cool, knowing that out of all the albums that they have, this is their 6th studio album. But, for Priest being around for 50 fucking years now, at the least, and knowing that they've only done 3 albums, and this is one of them, that's a pretty cool thing.
And when they made British Steel, they took a lot of inspiration from AC/DC. In 1979, they supported AC/DC on a tour with them. And then Rob said that when they did that tour, a lot of the material when they wrote this album was inspired from AC/DC.
I never knew that. I like that a lot.
And once I heard that, once I heard some of the songs on there, I could see that.
In a way, I can too. And that's a cool little fact because I never knew that. And can you imagine a tour like at AC/DC and Judas Priest? That'd be a killer show. That would, without a doubt, would be a pretty killer show. So, another song that stands out with me on this album is I Love Metal Gods.
Yeah.
And that's one that I always liked hearing them play live. United's a catchy tune. So, really, this is just all around a good album. I mean, I'm not big into Living After Midnight, sorry. I mean, and you feel the same way. And that was a big hit for them, too. But even like seeing Priest live twice when they play that, I'm like, I'll sit here for the next 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Let them get it out the way, because it is a crowd pleaser. You know what I mean? So I do understand that.
I was shocked when I seen that little fact about they only ever played 3 albums from start to finish live. I thought they might have done a couple more. They got so many banger albums, it's not even funny.
No, and that is a fact. They do have a lot of killer stuff. You know what I mean? I would love to hear like Painkiller from start to finish, then do that, or Screaming for Vengeance start to
that's
finish.
What I'd love to hear, Screaming for Vengeance.
And you mentioned Defenders of the Faith. They did that one live too, and that's a great album as well. So. Yeah, but British Steel, though, I mean, I love how, you know, it opens with Breaking the Law, and every metal fan has heard this song, and, you know, I mean, you even remember the old Beavis and Butthead, they would always do the Breaking the Law, you know what I mean? And that just shows you how iconic that song really is, and that's only 2.5 minutes long, but everybody's heard it, and everybody knows it. And that's what's pretty cool about Priest there, you know what I mean? They've kind of left their mark on everything. Now, is there anything else you'd like to add about British Steel?
No, I'm just still shocked when you told me it was their 6th studio album.
Yeah,
I was. I don't know. I thought it'd been a lower number, but I was wrong.
No, I mean that's it too. You know what I mean? And just for a band like that, they already had 5 albums out before that, and this was the one that kind of caught everybody's attention.
I was shocked by it because when you see the music video for Breaking the Law, how young Rob looks.
Yeah, Rob Halford.
And this is their 6th one. I said, well, what was he, 10 years old when he made the other ones?
You know what I mean? That's just fucking funny, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, hell, now Rob's 70 years old, and, you know, he's still doing music, you know what I mean? So, but that's what's great about metal, you know what I mean? It was a D. Snyder said it best, metal is the fountain of youth. So... I'm Joey.
I'm Jason.
And this is Metal
Monster
Review.